is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are talking about money mindset. Our money mindset coach, Miss Karen Fern, won't be with us today. So, Fran and I are hopping in here and we're about to have a conversation about client ID. So, Karen, here's a shout out to you. You know we're wishing the best to you, and we'll see you next week. How you doing this morning, Nazim?
Hey Nazim, ciao from Italy.
We're glad to have you this morning, and we're about to talk about how to ID your client. What's up, Fran? Oh,
Good
let me
morning.
excuse
Hey,
me
this
just a moment. I'm here with my co-host, Miss France. Excuse me, with my co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups. Welcome to the show. We want to welcome all those who will be watching on the replay. Be sure to put your questions in the chat. We love to hear from you. Meanwhile, if you're here live, we want you to join the conversation. Hey, Fran, what's up?
all is well, and Nazim is saying he is great. He's busier than an abandoned cat on a highway.
Then you know what? Where did he get that expression? That sounds like something from the South.
Yeah. So thank you for stopping in with us, Nazim. Appreciate you. We're talking about client ID today. And what does that have to do with your money mindset? It has everything to do with it. There are times when we are, well, Terry's going to tell a story that she had. I think that will clarify what we are talking about today. So Terry, tell the story, then we'll dive into the discussion behind the story.
Okay. Well, I met a young person who has a great product, but they don't want to talk to their customers on social media. They just want the client to just buy it when they sell when he sells it, and make him a millionaire overnight. But the place where he went to sell the product, he doesn't have the foot traffic for the demographic that connects with that product. So it's like you're in the wrong market and you don't want to go to the place where your customers will see you. How do you expect for this product to be successful? And then the next thing you know, you're blaming it on, I didn't do the right thing. Whatever. I don't have the right product, but he has the right product. And to be successful in business, you must have the right product for the right customer at the right time. So if you're not talking to the right customer and your timing is off, meaning you're not in the place where they're at that time, it's not going to be successful.
It's like real estate. It's the right property, right price, right place, right terms, right time. There's
Okay.
5 rights that you have to get right in order for your business to thrive or your business to even show profit or anything. And the young man or the person that was doing this, he was not willing to to go to the right place. He was not willing to go to the location. The product was great, is great. It's a great product that he has, but he's not wanting to go where the people are that want the product.
He's not willing to go where he can be discovered. It's like when you wanted to be a Hollywood movie star in the 30s, you went to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? You had to leave the farm and go to Hollywood.
Well, you still have to do that now, right?
But at least you can do it from home. You can go on YouTube and, there's some other vehicles to get discovered. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, people need to go where they'll be discovered by their customers. You need to go to where they are.
And right now, his customer is over on Instagram, but he doesn't want anything to do with social media.
Mm-mm. And here's the thing, think about it this way. I always like to make my analogies simple so people can understand. If you start a business where you sell popcorn on the street and you're standing in your backyard trying to sell popcorn, it's probably not going to be successful.
Even the little kids with the lemonade stand knew that they could not come out in the dead of winter.
Okay. Or
They
even
knew.
if they did, at least they put the lemonade stand in the front yard with a sign saying, hey, we got lemonade over here. And if we have to heat it up for you, no problem. We'll run, because kids will run in the house, stick it in the microwave, and bring it.
I'm just saying.
And now they're so tech savvy, they'll run an extension cord. They'll take the microwave off the counter, put it on that table, and run an extension cord from the garage. And you're like, what is that going through the snow? What's that orange cord? What? Are they going to electrocute themselves?
But they are doing.
Making stuff happen.
Right. So today's conversation is all about client ID. We work with a marketing team called Small Gorilla, and they created a brand DNA. And you can go to smallgorilla.net here on Facebook or wherever, or Facebook, or you can go to smallgorilla.net, period. Mm-hmm. And they have a Beast Your Brand. And one of the first things that you're going to do is identify your client. Now we talk about, what's your demographics, what age group, and all of that. But what does that really mean? We're not talking about just demographics. We are talking about the feel of your client. Where do they hang out? Where do they work? What kind of car do they drive? Where do they shop? Do they have kids? Don't they have kids? Getting down to the real nitty gritty of who your client really is going to be really key. And one of the other things that we talked about with this was, what's their personality like?
Yeah. Hi, Nora. How you doing?
What is their personality like?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are they, now we have another marketing partner that we work with, and his name is Deshaun, and he's certified in DISC, DISC. And it talks about the personality types, which is very key if you're going to be doing business, because you need to understand the people. You need to understand yourself first and know what your temperament is and what your personality is.
Yeah.
You need to know the temperament and the personality of your team. And we talked about teams on Monday. Mm-hmm. You need to know your team. Then you need to know the temperament and personality of, dare I say it, your customers. Because you may be like, oh my God, here she comes again. And because of your temperament, not knowing that the client that you're dealing with, that temperament is the one that needs your services, but you're like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like talking to them. But they're the ones that need you most.
And that's a terrible thing, because what you're doing is you're interacting with the persons who are keeping your business thriving in a way that is not comfortable to or conducive to building a positive relationship, because you decided it's irritating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you need
the ones that are irritating you are the ones that are paying you.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to flip the script, and the best way to be able to flip the script about how you feel about that is to understand them better and understand yourself better so that you can connect better. I think the personality assessment that Deshaun offers is good for anybody who's trying to improve relationships, business, personal, whatever.
Right.
Because if you understand your partner, if you have a spouse and you understand one another, then you will begin to communicate better, because now you know how to approach them.
Right. and getting an understanding of how they are wired will go a long way in calming you down, and it goes a long way in helping you serve them better. So we were at a conference last week, and we were at Terry's table because she was vending for her cover-ups, and we were at her table, and we just happened to look over there, and all of the eyes.
What are eyes? They don't. You have to explain what eyes are.
Eyes are the party people. They're the ones who are like, oh, I'm just, they're very outgoing and just, wow, and the world is such a beautiful place and I'm wonderful. The eyes are the party people.
And they're fun people.
Very fun, very outgoing, probably don't get a whole lot of stuff done. As far as if you're trying to be, they're not task oriented.
They'll get the party done though. Maybe it's just the wrong assignment.
Well, they're very people oriented.
Yeah.
They're not task oriented at all. But they are the ones that you want on your team that will bring the morale up for the team.
And they're going to show up at the meeting because they're all about the party.
Right. And so they're very gregarious. They are very, you want them on the team, even if you are not an eye, you need the eyes on your team. So we were at Terry's table and all these people were flocked to the table, and Terry is not an eye at all. But these people were there. Oh, I'm loving this one. And oh, this one, girl, how about this? Have you seen that? They're all congregating over there in a party.
Happy.
And one of the eyes was sitting back watching everybody else, and she was just having fun watching the other people shop. And we're like,
okay.
Oh,
we just done this personality thing. I think we were able to better
because we had done that in a session about identifying the personality types. And that particular personality is Terry's customer. And she had she had product that spoke to them. And they were just like, oh, this is so wonderful. And they're buying stuff. Just, I'll take that and I want that. And had we not just come out of that session on the personality types, we probably wouldn't have identified that, oh, now Terry needs to on purpose talk to the eyes, put together a marketing strategy for the eyes.
Yes.
Help them see clearly, help them. And it was wonderful. The sales were great. But if you did not understand that, you were just like playing games and not understanding that their personality type, they're wired to do what they were doing.
And they enjoyed it. And I enjoyed, and as a result, I was able to relax and enjoy it because now I knew what was going on.
So we would say very strongly to figure out who you are, how you're wired, and then figure out how your client is wired, and how your team is wired, and then get in there and work through that. Now, this was the FCMI International Conference that we attended.
The one I was broadcasting from last week. People saw the sign in the background.
Right. And now, if you want to get those sessions on that, I think we can make that happen. We can figure out how to get you the CDs. We're working on, the digital version of it, but you can definitely get the CDs or the DVDs because the visuals were so on point. And if you DM us, we will tell you how to get that.
Yes.
But you need to understand your client. You need to understand how they're wired. You need to understand how you are wired and how your team is wired. You don't want to put if you have a goal and you need to write down, if you have goals and you want to get to end strategies, you don't put an I as the one that's writing down the goals and setting goals for your team. You need the D people to do that because they're very direct, they're task oriented, they will get stuff done, they will check off boxes and get stuff done. You don't want to put somebody in that position that doesn't do that or is not comfortable doing that, because they're all frustrated now. If you put an I in a D position, they're like, oh my God, why am I over here? And they're feeling bad.
Yeah, it's too structured.
Very structured. But when you play to your people's strengths, money can be made because everybody's happy. And nobody's like, oh my God, I can't take it. So
I think, you know, there are shifts in cultures and economies. And I think one of the cultural shifts that we've seen in business a lot is that people are just assigned things, all in the name of downsizing. So now you had Susie's job, Mary's job, and your job, you know, because now, you know, one person's doing the job of 3 people, and Susie might have had one personality, and Mary may have had another, and you have a third, and now you're trying to be Susie and Mary and yourself. So, you know, you got a lot of schizophrenia going on in the marketplace among people trying to serve in different capacities. For instance, Fran, when I went to work for government, one of the things they ask us during the interview is, do you like helping people? Because in this job, you're going to be talking with people, solving problems. You know, you need to be compassionate. They were looking for people who were compassionate and willing to serve. Then they took those people and put them 15 years later in a call center and told them, you cannot press the buttons, even though you know what to do, to solve the problem. You can't fix it. You got to send it to another unit in another part of the state because they handle the caseload. Even though you're looking at the same screen, they're looking at you, you've been doing the same job, and you could fix it right then. So what happened was you got to a lot of turnover because people's personalities they just weren't wired that way, not to help. So they got frustrated with not being able to serve the people.
When you knew you had the answer right then,
and the capacity.
But we're told we have to send it over there. So that whoever made that decision was probably a D, or S or C, that had no idea
or disregarded
because they
asked for people.
They were just wanting a task done.
Yes.
They didn't care about the people that was involved in that task.
The people performing it and the criteria that they used to hire them.
Or the people on the other end that was going to need the service. So now you're putting off their help to another process.
Yes.
The first process could have helped them.
And you told the people that you hired that they would be able to do that.
But then somebody came in and changed up the game.
So then you lost a lot of, what do you call it? Intellectual capital. Because people just moved on and say, okay, no, I'm not doing it.
But you lost the passion and the morale to help people. And now you just put red tape on everything. And now the people are like, you know what? I think I will go work for a different department.
Exactly.
When you had in place a strategy
that was very successful.
And they would have helped the client.
The customer service was great. People got what they needed
without going to the next escalation,
which delayed processing, which delayed their benefits. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, but that's just an example of how important it is to connect with your customer's personality so that you can serve them better. And to know your personality so you know if you're doing the right part of your business. If you're an I, maybe you should hire somebody to do the accounting. Maybe you should hire somebody to write your processes, because you're great at team meetings. Woo! Here's the blues. Woo! Here's the pen. Woo! Woo! You know what I mean? But
and every team
needs an eye, definitely.
You definitely need to have an eye. You need somebody, if like for this gentleman that did not want to be in the story that you told at the beginning of this conversation, he did not want to be on social media, but the people he caters to are on social media more than anything else. His store, he doesn't have a brick and mortar store, so that there's no place for him to go. And advertising, how do you advertise to people who are 30 to 50 years old? They are not looking at a yellow page.
Not only that, the name of his company was so long and it was hyphenated and .com. And I'm like, how many opportunities are there to misspell this? Not to mention now I got to find the special characters to put the hyphen in. People need help.
And so he didn't want to do that. In order to, now our recommendation, had he been one of our clients, would be to hire an I to help you get that done. Hire somebody who's gregarious and outgoing, since you don't want to talk to the people online.
There you go.
So you hire the face of the company.
There you go.
Preferably somebody that smiles, and that's going to help your clients get to the end result, which is to buy your service or your product, because it's a valuable service or product, but they don't know that
it's over there.
Because I'm not doing that. I'm not going online. I'm not doing that. Okay, so you're missing out on opportunities because you don't want to learn something new, because you don't want to take the time to put someone in that position you're not wired that way. Find somebody else who is.
It's really, really sad.
Somebody who smiled. Walmart does it.
That's right.
At the front door. Hi, welcome to Walmart.
Yep, they delegated that out.
And that's the only dude. The Jew's job is to stand there at the front door. Hi, welcome to Walmart.
And there was one store where they dismissed the greeter and people were up in arms. We look forward to talking to so-and-so every time we come in here.
Does your business need a greeter? I'm talking about your online business.
Mm-hmm.
Does your online business need a greeter?
Well, we talk about the fact that, when you hire the Biz Chicks, you get a cheerleader and a coach.
Right.
Somebody rooting for you.
Woo! And then you get somebody like, give me 20.
Exactly.
You need the coach, you need the cheerleader, and you need both of them on your team. The coach is going to get stuff done. He's drawing up the plays. I like that, Terry, as an analogy. The D is the coach. The I is the cheerleader.
Yep. Hey, she did it.
And then you're it's very good.
It's a nice balance.
It really is a nice balance.
You want to acknowledge your what do we say all the time? Celebrate your wins. Okay.
But so you have to have the structure. So the coach writes up the plays. He's watching what the other teams are doing, and he's writing up the plays. And he writes the plays based on the people on the team.
Oh, based on their skills?
Yes. So he needs to know how they're wired and what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So he's built, and he created the play to do that. And then the cheerleader encourages the player.
Yeah, y'all.
To get it done. So that is what we are talking about today.
So hold up, wait a minute, let me put some boom in it.
And we have the cheerleaders for a reason. It gets the crowd excited. It helps them stay excited when the team is not doing that well.
And a cheerleader doesn't get to let the enthusiasm wane even when the score is 30-0. They're like, wait a
not over.
Go fight, win.
Yes, and the game is not over until it's never over.
Until it's over.
And you can win still. And the cheerleader helps keep you in it until you win it. And they'll keep on and they're still in your corner. And the coach is going to say, okay, that didn't go so well. Let's make a shift in our, let's make a shift here. Okay, we're going to do it this way now.
And then I is saying, hey, wait a minute. What does it say? We're going to win it. Oh, hey, what you say? We're going to win it anyway.
Okay. And they keep it going. Mm-hmm. You need someone that's going to tell you it's going to be okay. Yeah. And then the coach is going to say, okay, that play didn't work.
Hey, Carlos, what's up?
Hey, Carlos, we're drawing up a new play.
Yeah. So we say all that to say, stay in the game, but know who your players are. Find out, are they,
find out what your clients need, because that's the main thing. Okay, so this is money mindsets, right? Mm-hmm. In order to make a sale, mm-hmm. they need to, one, know that you do whatever it is that you do well. Mm-hmm. And then you need to find out where they are, because a lot of people over here on Facebook and their clients are actually over on Instagram or Snapchat. Well, I don't want to do Snapchat. Okay, whatever. Do you want to be in business? Your clients may be on Pinterest. Oh, I got to learn another platform. And isn't that what you do in business? You develop a play for that platform.
Well, here's the thing. Let me make this analogy too, because it's less expensive to move to a different platform than it is to pick up your brick and mortar and move to a different neighborhood. So if you look at it that way, it's a lot more cost effective, okay, to shift to a different platform. And maybe that way people can see it as an advantage and an opportunity.
Right.
Versus, oh, this mall is dead. I got to move across to the brand new mall. Now I got to call movers and packers.
And Carlos says, I find it funny that people believe that social media is the only way to reach people. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And it is not the only way to reach people. But people, I had this conversation yesterday. Well, I'm setting up my business page. I said, you better pull up that phone and start calling people. Send a text message. And there we go back to the
There's Mark. Mark's got jokes. Let me put this up here.
Carlos, Mark and Carlos.
My platform is Alexa. I assume that someone is listening and hope that they will hire me. Okay.
Mark is funny, and Mark is doing. I saw something over on where was I? Twitter. Mark has got some comedy stuff coming up.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So, cool. Mark, if you want to put that out and put it in the chat here, you can. So, because we would love to follow you. We need to laugh every day. So put it in the chat. We'll laugh with you. But we need to make the shift. Mm-hmm. The lady I was talking to yesterday, I put it on, I'm building up my Facebook profile. I'm like, how many of those people have you actually called? Mm-hmm. Now, Facebook makes it easy for you because you can go in and send a direct message. And I don't mean group message people, single message, one message per person.
And I know we talk about this regularly, but I just got a group message the other day and I was just like, really?
One message per person. And I don't know if you want to do bots and all of that stuff. All I know is it's like cold calling, and but these people are warm leads. These are not cold leads, because you all are following one another, and you can inform them of what you got going on. Hey, everybody, or hey, Mildred, I got a new listing. Thought maybe you know somebody who's interested in it. Here's the link. One person. And it's not like send this to everybody in your circle. You make it personable to that person. So that means you are having to structure the conversation every time you put a message in on Messenger.
So it feels personalized.
That's what the bots are supposed to do, make it feel like it's personalized. But how about you just make a call? And here's the thing, you can make a call on Messenger. You can do a video call on Messenger, or you can text on Messenger.
Sounds cost effective to me.
But you still gonna have to pick up and use your fingers or your keypad or whatever. It's going to require time. It's not like I'm gonna put a post up and it's gonna go and everybody's gonna see it. No, you need to go in there and interact, actually make the call.
Okay. Well, with that, I think we just have covered the fact that you need to identify your client.
Right.
And one of the ways is to understand your personality and theirs. Okay, so what's up tomorrow, friend?
Tomorrow we have Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. And, if your health is not in a good place, your wealth is going to be gone, because you're going to spend a lot of your wealth trying to get healthy. So Robin always brings us some tips to help keep you healthy. And then on Friday, we'll be talking tech. So if you have tech experiences or questions, or just want to hang out with us, and on Friday, what we're going to do is offer the people live, or the people who are in the chat, we're going to put a link there so that you can join us on the chat.
In a seat?
In a seat. Give you an opportunity to be in a seat. Okay, we're not going to be doing political stuff. It's all about tech and social media. And, our community has a lot that they can share, and their experiences and things of that nature. Some people are Android. We need to hear from you, because I don't speak Android, and I was on somebody's phone the other day trying to help them. I was like, this is not fun.
I actually literally did not know how to turn the screen back on. She says, oh, the button's on the side, because I'm used to on my iPhone, the button's on the bottom, or, just putting it in front of my face and it comes back. But okay. So, and everybody's phone is so different. Oh, the button's on the back. I'm like, okay.
Yes, Carlos said what's Android. We need to talk, because we want the people who are watching to be helped, and they're with stuff. And I'm like, okay, somebody else might have the answer for that.
Correct.
Like, why, when I wanted to scan a QR code with Apple, I can just snap the camera and it'll scan the code. Not on Android. I could not figure that out. I think you have to have Google Lens or Google Glass, or Lens, something. But it was too much.
Or a QR reader. They have to download a QR reader app, maybe. I don't know, like a separate app.
Okay, so that's a Friday conversation. So we're inviting you to join the party on Friday. We'll have Biz Chicks and Biz Dudes, hopefully, and we can talk some tech. Tachi will be bringing us the media conversation. TJ will be talking to us about social media. I will be doing This Week in Tech history. And Terry will be stirring up the pot with something Terry always takes us down a rabbit trail about
I'm
something
sorry, guys.
controversial in tech, but we're looking forward to having some
It
fun.
truly is not intentional, okay?
Please join us, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu. We'll see you real soon. Thank you so much. You could have spent time anywhere, but you decided to spend some time with us. We had Nazim from Italy, and Carlos, and Mark, and Nora, and everyone else who was watching in the background. Thank you so much. We will talk to you again soon. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Go out there and make it great.
Okay. Don't forget to go to the front of your own line. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.